Hello, everyone, and welcome to Make It Make Sense. I am Jamara.
Can you make these hands make sense? I'm Cletus. How y'all?
Today, we're going to be discussing how do you prepare for marriage?
Oh, you just don't do it.
No, we definitely have to prepare.
You run and hide.
No, we're not going to hide.
Every one of my friends that got married, if I've been very close to them in a relationship, as far as my boys, like if I'm in the wedding or I'm a best man or something, I tell them the same thing the day before the wedding.
Which
I'm
is?
like, look, dog, I got enough money for us to get a plane ticket and go to Mexico.
No, let's
You
not
don't have
do
to
that.
go through this. No, I think that we have two very different opinions, and I think that a lot of men share my opinion, and I believe a lot of women share your opinion. Your opinion on I think this is a hot topic issue, is that you should not live together before marriage.
I definitely agree. You should definitely not live with someone before you're married because, first of all, you really don't want them to know the real you yet.
See, that's the thing. And that's where men have a problem, because you end up getting married and then you meet this whole new woman. You know, the wedding is on Saturday and then Sunday you like, yo, who are you?
Okay.
I didn't know you.
I'm joking.
It's an amazing start, but I think that there's a very stark difference when you have to live with somebody compared to when you're dating and you all live in separate homes. I definitely get the context that women have, and especially when we start talking biblically about not quote unquote, but not fornicating or not having sex before marriage.
Because that's a sin.
It's an absolute sin. I'm not encouraging anybody to sin. However, comma. We do have to make sure Jesus didn't die for nothing. We want to make sure that there's something for him to cover.
So he died on the cross so you can have sex?
No, not for that. But he did die to cover our sins, and so we got to at least sin so he has something to cover.
No. The blood.
Right. But I definitely think that one of the things that we learn, and so I think it's relational to age, situations in life, and things of that nature, because there's a lot of things that you learn. We talked about earlier, like when we were doing our pre-show, we talked about just the simple fact of you have a house, I have a house, I have a standard of living, you have a standard of living, I have a way of things that I want done, you have a way of things that you want done, and when you blend those two households,
well, first of all, we're blending our households, but we're not going to live in either one of our houses. We need to get a totally different residence for us.
I'm all for that. For those who can do that, I think that's an excellent idea.
If you can't do that, then should you be getting married? Financially, if you can't afford to sell your property and get another property so that you can establish yourself with your spouse.
So I want to be I want to be real. If I'm in a situation where I have a home, let's just say I have a home already, and maybe she's renting. Because the reality is, if you renting to me, I don't think renting has the stigma that it used to have.
Oh, it doesn't. Everybody's done that.
Yeah, I think
we've all rented.
Yeah, but not even. I mean for life. I know everybody, listen to Jay-Z's 444 album. They wanted to buy the block, but the reality is, for a lot of people, especially younger people, and even some as you get older, you don't want to have property taxes. You don't want to be responsible for fixing something. If you don't have children, you're not worried about leaving a house to somebody.
Well, having a house is maintenance.
Yeah, you got the maintenance of it. When you can't call somebody and be like, hey, yo, dog, the washer is broke.
Yeah.
And they bring you a new washer. Being a homeowner, your washer's broke, you call you. So there is a wisdom depending on what people want. Some people don't want to cut grass. Some people, so it's not that they're not being fiscally responsible or anything. It just fits their lifestyle situation and their needs.
Yeah.
Others, like myself, I already have a house. So let's say I'm, we scheduled to get, we're madly in love, and I had a 30-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage, and I'm taking out 10. Are you saying that we need to wait 5 years to get married simply because?
So when you say you've taken out 10,
I've already paid 10 years of that mortgage off. I got 5 years of mortgage left.
Okay.
And we in love.
That's fine.
So first of all, I'm supposed to hold my loins for this 5 years. That's a long time.
First of all, what I'm saying is whatever works for your situation is going to work for your situation. I personally, because I own my own home, I will sell my house in order to purchase a new property with someone that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
And I get us having a property. And again, I think it's situational. That's why I say women and men sometimes look at things differently. I look at it like this. If I'm 5 years away from paying off this house, we in love anyway, let's get this house paid off. We only got 5 years left. Now when we go to get our other one, we have one.
How about this? You keep your house. and we rent it out every month to somebody else while we go find our own property somewhere else.
That can work. That can work too. I just don't think we just got to give up. The one I got. But even if we can't rent it out or whatever, if we live in the house, I just think that even when we go get this next house, you've had your thing, I still have mine. When we go get into this blended house, whose rules win?
Both of us together. Everybody's rules together.
That sounds utopian. How do you like your toilet paper roll hung up on the thing? We talked in the previous episode that you want the toilet paper roll.
I just want you to put it on the roll.
But which way do you want it?
It doesn't matter.
You don't care about under or over?
It doesn't matter. Just put it up there.
So I don't know which one I do.
It doesn't matter.
I think I do over. I think I'm the same way. It don't matter to me. But what if you got an over and an under family? Like, what if you were an under and I'm an over?
You know why I really want you to sell that property? It's because I know you've had other women in that property.
Oh, well, tell the truth. I know you done had. Just because of the... So that's it. You just don't want... And so a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, she moved in with her husband in a house that he and his ex-wife had chose. And she was like, nah, cuz, I gotta go. But she gave him a timeline on, yo, we gotta be out of here. She was like, yo, those ain't my drapes. Those are her drapes. Those ain't my sheets. Those are her sheets. So who wins the thermostat? Before you even speak, question. let's bring in, we do whatever we had to guest in. Man, we're making the co-host.
Pretty much.
Our producer Esau, man. Esau Films.
Yes.
You're married, man. Who wins the thermostat battle in your house?
In my house, she wins, but it's an argument every night about she likes the window up in the winter time. I like it hot in there so I can sleep comfortably. She likes the fan on, so I end up getting strep throat. But it's a terrible situation. Y'all need to figure it out.
Yeah, women don't want to give up. I think that's one of the biggest arguments, if not the biggest.
It has to be cold
in every marriage
in the house.
Why?
First of all,
let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this. It's a simple question. Right?
It's not simple.
It is. If you check the weather, you want to go out.
Here we go.
You check the weather. It is 76 degrees outside.
Okay.
Isn't that just a perfect day to be outside?
It is, yeah.
Then why do we need to make the house 65?
Because we as women, we go through menopause. I'm not there, but I feel like we're just naturally hot. And we want it cold in the house. And I can't sleep if the house is hot. I got to be cold in my bed so I can snuggle. The sheets have to be cold. That's how I like it.
But it was 76 degrees outside.
That's outside.
Perfect.
That's outside.
But we got to drop it a whole 10 degrees in the house.
We talking about inside the house.
This is ridiculous. Why am I in the house in a parka? I should be able. And so right now, we dealing, of course, with the pandemic. Mm-hmm. I don't think I worn pants in a long time. For those who are watching, no, not even today. But Jamara she's okay with that, man.
I'm actually not.
With that kind of friends, man. She don't even look. She keeps up. She respects me. She knows I know my worth. She keeps it head up. So
I try.
The thing about it is, I go around the house, just pretty much drawers and a wife beater.
Okay.
If my kids are there, shorts and a wife beater.
Okay.
That's it. I should be able to walk through my crib comfortably.
You should.
Like I'm on the beach. 76 on the beach. You like, this is great. We putting on some shorts, t-shirts, we rolling. I should be able to have that same feeling in my house. Why am I going to sleep like I ain't pay the electric?
As long as you're okay with doing that and being single, stay like that. But if you want to be married and in a relationship, you're going to have to make some adjustments.
I'm hitting her with that at the moment I meet her. Hey, 72.
72.
72.
You got to bring it down.
I will slide down to 70.
68 at least.
If you really want me to be married, you're hitting the wrong number. But 70 is where I need to be. I need it.
What do I do with you?
I need it. So those are the things. So that's why I really think, and we talked about some just kind of innocuous things that just doesn't seem like it's anything big. But things like, I like to eat at this time. You like to eat at that time.
Yeah.
What do we do? When we start talking about, most people have a grocery budget, right? You have a grocery budget.
Do we have a grocery budget?
No, I hope you all not just been like, we just buy groceries at
That's
whatever.
The one thing I don't have a budget with. It's food because when I go to Whole Foods, it's going to be a big bill.
First of all, you living rich. Okay, so that's a whole nother thing. I'm Food Line Central, maybe a little Walmart. You talking about Whole Foods? I don't live like that. I don't live a Whole Foods life.
Because it's real food. That's why we go to Whole Foods.
Oh, well, listen, this imaginary food has done a good job for me, so I'll go there too. So that's a whole nother thing. We get in this whole relationship.
It's a lot.
Whole Foods versus Walmart.
See, I can't do. I do Walmart too, but the meats has to come from Whole Foods because the meat is real at Whole Foods. It's not.
What
real.
you're not gonna do is talk about the whatever kind of meat I've been eating from Food Line. Then we talking about cereal.
Cereal.
You like Frosted Flakes. I like Cheerios.
I hate Frosted Flakes
Okay,
because I grew up eating Frosted Flakes every single day.
So now when I want Frosted Flakes in the house, it's a whole big thing.
I mean, you can have the Frosted Flakes. I'm just not going to eat the Frosted Flakes.
It's little things. I like my front door open.
That's fine.
What if some women don't see? Look, he saw just look down. He was just like, "What?" I do. I never grew up with a front door.
It's a screen right there, right?
Yeah, I got a screen.
You good?
Yeah,
You good.
I didn't grow up in that, So I'm like, man, let the sun shine in. I didn't
You're
have
gonna
that
have to learn to
opportunity.
compromise because, like I said before,
I am the man.
Okay, I get all of that, but when you're in a situation where you're living with somebody else, you're gonna have to make some adjustments, and you have to compromise.
I'm giving up 98% of my bed.
You're gonna have to do more than
Jamar,
that.
you already know that y'all are not letting me have the bed. I don't care what side. I can get a California king and still end up sleeping on a corner.
Well, first of all, you're not an affectionate person, so it should
Which
be
is
a problem.
even more reason why you should be staying on your side of the bed. Trey Songz had a whole song, your side of the bed. That's where I need you to be.
So I'm an affectionate person, and we were discussing earlier about the 5 love languages, which he knows
English.
nothing about.
English.
And my personal love language is quality time and physical touch. So I'm very affectionate. So if you're with someone and they're not affectionate, that's going to be a big problem. That's going to cause a lot of disagreements in that partnership.
You still keep telling me I'm going to have to learn how to be affectionate. But for
Gotcha.
what? Why can't I just find a woman? Look, what God has for me is for me. Why I can't just have a woman who like being on her side of the bed? I like being on my side of the bed. She like being on her side. I keep telling you, the perfect relationship for me, perfect marriage is we live next door to each other. I come over there sometime, you come over here sometime. We meet in the front yard. We got more property. I just think it's perfect.
This is somebody who is an only child and used to having their way and stubborn.
I
and
never
that's
had
why.
my way though. My mama ain't let me have nothing. I was the only child and still broke. I got hand-me-downs. I don't even know where the clothes came from, but they was hand-me-downs. I was the only child wearing V-Downs.
But you didn't have to share. You didn't have to, like I have 3 sisters. So growing up, we had to learn to share. And that was an automatic thing. So when I'm with someone, it's kind of automatic for me to compromise because I had to do a lot of compromising growing up.
Sharing leaves less for me.
Sharing is caring.
No, sharing leaves less for me. Caring means I get you one too.
Okay.
That's my job with Karen. That's what I'm gonna do with Karen. I just think there's just so many things. Who becomes the dominant? So not the dominant force. I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Who becomes the leader in the household when you blend those 2 houses? Are we doing it his way, or are you gonna say we're doing it our way? I hate the phrase "happy wife, happy life."
I don't agree with
It
that.
should be happy spouse, happy house, because both people should be happy in the whole thing.
Right. It should be God's way.
Yeah, but he ain't gotta live with us all the time.
Yes, he does.
He in there, but is he
gotta
in
be
there? Like, I don't want to think about God being in a room when I'm entering the holiest of holies. I just need him. You stand outside, Lord. I just. So one of the things I think we think about with the submission piece, man, because and I think it's when we start talking about making stuff make sense.
Yeah.
One of the things we talk about that is the submission piece. I think that's why that's such an important piece to broach. So I think that in the submission of a woman.
And the submission of a man.
You ain't let me finish, see, and that's why you by yourself. No, just the submission of. I'm going to say something. The submission of a woman is twofold. There's a responsibility on her and a responsibility on him.
Right.
I believe that women are more apt to submit to you when you have shown them that you can take care of you, them, us.
Facts.
So I've always used an example. And I remember I was talking to a young lady one time, and she couldn't believe I said it. She thought it was the most selfish thing ever. I said a man should be able to go and purchase a house for his family without his wife coming to see.
Now, see, this is the thing. It depends on the setup. Is this an anniversary present? Is this something that you just feel like is
I don't know. I don't
a
really,
surprise? Cause
I mean, I know some people with some money. I ain't know nobody that's out buying houses for an anniversary, but I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
okay.
I believe a man should be able to go and buy a house for them to live in without her coming.
Why
This
she
is
can't
why.
come though?
She can, but I'm saying she can't, and that's when you show the submission part. Because if I'm truly the man that I'm supposed to be, when I buy that house, I already have taken into account all the things that she wants and that she needs in this house.
And I appreciate that. But there is no way that you can
Submission.
completely.
It ain't gonna be complete.
But
I'm gonna tell you why it's not. Because
you
it's
didn't
gonna.
let me finish my thought.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say complete, but go ahead.
The reason why it's a wonderful idea, and I do agree with that to a certain extent. But you're thinking about, okay, I know she likes this particular type of granite in the kitchen. I know she's gonna want to have this amount of rooms, this amount of bathrooms. But you're not thinking about how I want to decorate that house. So if you get this house and I'm thinking how I want it to look, you know.
Man, this is why you stay single. I done bought you the whole house. You ain't think about how I was gonna put curtains in it. That's the whole thing. I should know more. You just said
You
I
can't
know
that. There's no way you can possibly know how I'm going to decorate this house.
But I was like, but I got the granite down, the number of rooms you wanted, the space you wanted is northbound. All you ain't think about was the curtains. Like,
I'm thinking about the furniture, the layout.
man, it don't matter. We can put that in the house. I should know what kind of person you are. So that's the thing. And so my sacrifice, I'm gonna be sacrificing stuff in there too. So you can make the sacrifice of having to put a couch somewhere you ain't.
So why you want to buy the house without her seeing it though?
I don't want to. I'm just saying that's a submission thing, and I
don't
think that's the ultimate test.
I don't think that's a
the
submission.
ultimate
to
test.
buy a house and I don't see the house is submission. I'm submitting.
You can't trust me to make that decision.
I can trust you to make a lot of decisions, but why I can't see the house?
You can't. Why would you need to if you trust my decision?
I trust your decisions as long as I can see what decision you're
So
making.
then you don't trust it. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's just like, as a man, I know this seems to be like a real chauvinistic statement, and I don't mean it, but I would let a woman. I'm not gonna go in there. If I ask you to cook dinner, I'm gonna trust dinner is cooked.
Dinner
I know
in
you
a house.
First of all, the dinner can kill me. So I got a seafood allergy. I'm gonna trust you ain't putting no shrimp in this pasta. So listen, make sure y'all are tuning in every week, man. We both have amazing social media platforms that you can follow us on. You can be part of the JAMFAM.
Yes, Jamara J. Smith on all platforms.
And of course, I don't have anything that rhymes with Cletus. That's just only fetus is the only thing, and I don't think that works well.
No.
But you can find me on everything at Cletus Comedy, CLETUS Comedy. Make sure you tune in again next week because we have another amazing episode of Make It Make Sense. So make sure you tune in to Make It Make Sense with
Jamara
and Cletus. We love y'all.
Bye.
Peace.